Millions of years ago, deep beneath the waves of ancient oceans, two terrifying creatures dominated the seas, instilling fear into every living being that ventured too close to their realm. The Megalodon shark, with its colossal size and insatiable hunger, ruled as one of the most terrifying predators to ever exist in the vast depths of our planet's oceans. A silent and unseen menace, it glided through the water like a shadow, a behemoth of destruction that crushed everything in its path. Its massive jaws, capable of exerting a force greater than anything the world had ever known, could turn its prey into a pulverized mass in the blink of an eye. This apex predator, the very embodiment of raw, untamed power, struck fear into every creature that dared to enter its domain. But the Megalodon was not the first ruler of the seas. Before its reign, another apex predator had stalked the oceans, an ancient reptile known as the Mosasaur. Far smaller than the Megalodon, yet still a formidable force to be reckoned with, the Mosasaur terrorized the ancient oceans, outwitting and overpowering every sea creature in its path. With its long body, powerful tail, and sharp teeth, the Mosasaur was built for dominance. It ruled its time, a master of both land and sea, an apex predator that was as deadly as it was mysterious. But there was something unique about this creature, something that made it different from the Megalodon. The Mosasaur was a creature of agility, finesse, and intelligence, qualities that gave it an edge in the fight for survival. It had no equal, until the Megalodon came into the picture. The Megalodon and the Mosasaur, the ultimate battle of titans. What if, in some twist of fate, these two ancient creatures existed at the same time? What if the Megalodon, with its massive size and unmatched strength, came face to face with the Mosasaur, a creature built for speed, agility, and cunning? How would this battle unfold? Would the Megalodon, the giant of the seas, crush the Mosasaur with its sheer power, or would the Mosasaur's agility and skill be enough to outwit its much larger adversary? The question lingers in the depths of history, a mystery that remains unsolved. Before we dive into this epic showdown, let's take a closer look at the combatants. The Megalodon, weighing in at a staggering 60 tons, 66 tons, was an absolute titan of the oceans. Its body stretched an impressive 25 meters in length, 82 feet, making it one of the largest sharks to ever swim through Earth's oceans. With a bite force of 278,000 kilopascals, 40,000 psi, the Megalodon's jaws could crush bones with ease, making it a terrifying predator that few could escape from. It swam with a speed of up to 17 meters per second, 55 feet per second, cutting through the water like a knife through butter. With such power, it would seem like an unstoppable force, a creature that could sweep through any ocean, wiping out everything in its wake. In contrast, the Mosasaur was smaller, measuring only 20 meters in length, 66 feet, and weighing around a quarter of the Megalodon's weight. Despite its smaller size, the Mosasaur was an agile predator, built for swift strikes and quick escapes. It lacked the bite force of the Megalodon, having only about half the power of its massive opponent's jaws. However, the Mosasaur made up for its lack of size and bite strength with its maneuverability. Its ability to twist and turn through the water with precision made it a dangerous adversary in its own right. The Mosasaur's defensive traits and its sharp instincts gave it an edge, especially in a battle where speed and agility could make all the difference. But could the Mosasaur's agility compensate for the Megalodon's sheer size and strength? Could the smaller creature outwit the massive shark and gain the upper hand in this brutal contest of survival? The battle between these two ancient titans was about to unfold in a way no one had ever witnessed before. The Megalodon, confident in its dominance over the seas, was the aggressor in this encounter. It had no true enemies to challenge its reign, and now, faced with the Mosasaur, it was determined to claim victory. The Megalodon's hunting style was simple yet effective: sneak up beneath its prey and strike with a powerful crushing attack. Its method was fast and deadly, and it had no reason to believe that anything in the ocean could evade its grasp. As the Megalodon glided through the water, it spotted the Mosasaur near the surface, where it was feeding. The Mosasaur, a reptile that needed to surface for air every hour, had no idea what was lurking beneath. The Megalodon's jaws opened wide as it prepared to strike, but the Mosasaur, with its heightened senses and sharp reflexes, managed to dodge the initial attack. Unlike the Megalodon, which relied on its brute strength to overpower its prey, the Mosasaur was equipped with defensive traits that allowed it to outmaneuver its would-be assailants. The Mosasaur had experience in avoiding danger, having hunted other creatures in the past, and its instinct kicked in. With a narrow escape, the Mosasaur eluded the Megalodon's crushing jaws and quickly swam away to find cover. The Megalodon, momentarily stunned by the Mosasaur's ability to avoid its attack, was caught off guard. For the first time in its life, the great shark was unsure of itself. It had never encountered a foe that could evade its strike. In a state of confusion, the Megalodon hesitated, its massive body swaying in the water. The Mosasaur, using its superior agility, capitalized on the opportunity. It darted into hiding, positioning itself for a more favorable attack. With its forward-facing eyes and excellent vision, the Mosasaur could easily spot the Megalodon. Its binocular vision, much like that of a bird, allowed it to keep a close watch on its opponent's movements. As the Megalodon searched the waters for the elusive reptile, the Mosasaur remained hidden, waiting for the right moment to strike. The tension in the water was palpable, a silent battle of wits unfolding beneath the surface. Finally, the Mosasaur made its move. The Megalodon, unaware of the reptile's location, swam closer, its massive body cutting through the water. The Mosasaur seized the opportunity and attacked, not the Megalodon's body, but one of its fins. Despite the Megalodon's imposing size, the Mosasaur's sharp teeth easily sliced through the shark's fin, causing it to reel in pain. The Megalodon, though powerful, was made of soft tissue and cartilage, leaving it vulnerable in certain areas. The Mosasaur's strike, while not a fatal blow, was enough to cause the Megalodon to falter. In the heat of the moment, the Mosasaur believed that this would be the end of the Megalodon. It expected the great shark to retreat or succumb to the injury. But the Megalodon, though wounded, was far from defeated. Its massive size and tenacity drove it to keep fighting. It may have been injured, but the Megalodon would not give up easily. The Mosasaur, realizing that it could not outrun the Megalodon forever, attempted to swim away. However, despite its best efforts, the Megalodon's superior speed allowed it to catch up. The great shark, its eyes locked onto the Mosasaur's every movement, opened its jaws wide, ready to deliver the final blow. With one swift strike, the Megalodon clamped down on the Mosasaur, its jaws closing around the reptile with a crushing force. The battle was over. The Megalodon, victorious, had emerged as the dominant force of the ocean. But even in victory, the Megalodon had paid a price. The battle had taken its toll on the shark. The injury to its fin was more serious than it had initially appeared, and the Megalodon might not survive the damage. If it managed to survive the wound, it would continue its reign as the apex predator of the seas, but the victory was bittersweet. As the Megalodon swam away, triumphant but wounded, one question remained: how would it fare against the next great challenge, the one that no ocean predator had yet faced, humans? But that is a story for another time, another era. For now, the Megalodon stood as the unchallenged champion of the seas, its reign unbroken, at least for the moment.